Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy New Year to everybody. This is the year 2023. We're back with you live once again here on Walking This Way Impact Wars podcast. I'm your host, Furman Jackson Jr. I'm the CEO and founder of Walking This Way Impact Wars, along with the team, along with the mafia, Miss Anna C. from my hometown of Mobile, Alabama. She's in the building, of course. And also, we got the newest member with us, Daquan. He been hanging out with me on Wednesday nights, and I invited him to come with me tonight. We know Shay, she should be popping in soon as well, but big shout out to hers also. And like I said, man, this is a whole new year. This is 2023. And a lot of people are excited about the year. A lot of people had a good year in 2022. A lot of things was done. People started businesses, people planning businesses, getting a franchise going, and the ball keeps rolling. So most importantly, we want y'all to be very excited, not just be excited, but be more disciplined, be rooted and grounded as we already in 2023. And we're going to be talking about Elon Musk as well, his work ethic, his hardcore value that we can apply to our own life, our own business as well. And we're very excited to have our first guest of the year. That is Amanda Bell. She's actually here in the DFW. Very excited to have her on as well. She has a lot going on, from awards to businesses, podcasting. Not only that, she also helps other entrepreneurs who wants to get on that road to success, so she can play more of that. So if you're serious about it, plug on in. We love to hear from you as well. So before we get started with that, I want Anna to go ahead and introduce herself, then the coin introduce himself. Of course, Shay, she just popped in as well. So Anna, go ahead and introduce yourself. I know you got a great thing. By the way, congratulations on you opening your office in Mobile, Alabama. I know you're very excited about that. I know you want to cover ground, not just in Mobile, but you want to cover ground all through the 50 states. And not just in the 50 states in the United States, but overseas as well. So, Anna, go ahead and introduce yourself to the lovely artists here on Walking This Way Impact Voice podcast.
Well, of course, I am Anna C. Thank you for that gracious welcome. I am your spending plan specialist, financial planning at your fingertips. And let me start off by saying, Happy New Year to everyone. A new year, a true year. I'm so excited to get moving, get grooving into year 2023. I'm telling you, 2022, it was phenomenal. So if that's any indication of what this year is going to be like, baby, I can't wait. We're going to be doing some big and great things this year. But of course, I got to drop some financial gems and tips with you guys. Everybody's always talking about overspending, New Year's resolutions that we don't stick to. I think this year in 2023, can we just be a little bit more realistic? Okay, let's set some attainable goals, some achievable goals. Let's use that STAR method, okay? And when I talk about attainable and achievable goals, that doesn't mean you have to diminish, shrink, or reduce yourself down. But let's set something that's actionable, okay? Something attainable, measurable. Let's think like that. What I think you guys should do, it's January, right? I want you to live your best life, your best responsible life. But when this month wraps up, take a good look at your utilities, at your subscriptions, at your credit card and debit card usage. I want you to get all of those statements together. And here are a few things that you can do. The first thing that you can do, and I started doing this years ago, I took that first month's bill. Let's say it's your water bill. Maybe it's $20, $30, $40. Multiply that by 12. It's only a couple $100. Take that extra $200, $300, pay your water bill up for the year. Do that with all of your utilities. Pay up your car insurance. Pay up your phone bill. Now you have more money during the month that you can save and reallocate, okay? You want to have more disposable income that you can start investing. So you can start doing more of the things that you enjoy doing, and you can also feel really responsible while you're doing it. Don't take from your monthly bills. And a lot of times when you pay your bills in advance, you get a discount. You'll see that with things like your life insurance. You'll see things like with your car insurance. When you pay quarterly, when you pay annually, you will get a discount. So look into that, right? That's one thing you can do at the end of the month. Take a look at what you're spending your money on. The next thing is create a real budget. Look at everything you swiped your card on. Print those statements out, because a lot of times when we're writing these budgets, we leave out those incidentals. We leave out the trips to Kmart, to Target. We leave out those gas station stops. So print out your debit card and credit card statements. Take a good look at your subscriptions. Look back through your year 2022. Which ones are you really going to use? If you're not utilizing it, cut it off. Okay? Stop lying. If you're not using Audible, cut it off. If you're not going to Planet Fitness, just go ahead and cut it off. Get with my girl, Shay. She goes live every week. She offers different training. Let's do something that's more interactive, that's more productive. Let's do things like that. So let's cut off those subscriptions we aren't using. Let's get track of our finances by creating a realistic budget and target and goal for each month and our spending. Let's reduce the unnecessary spending and still make time to enjoy the year. Now, that's my financial tip, but of course, I always got to give y'all some updates before I go. So y'all know 2022, your girl launched her second business, my journals, my planners. You know that I've been working hard to open my financial office, and it is growing and expanding, and we're having more agents get licensed. We're able to serve more people. I just want to make a cry out to the masses. This is the time to educate yourself. It doesn't have to be in the financial industry, but this is an industry that's booming. It's growing. Our communities are underserved. Learn a new skill, learn a new trade, be open to more opportunities to earn income and to serve and help others. You guys, if you want help getting started, getting professionally licensed in the financial industry, not only me, but talk to someone reputable like myself and get going. I started part-time before I went full-time and became a business owner, entrepreneur. And I'm telling you, it was the absolute best decision of my life. So be open to opportunities, learn a new trade, start getting those finances in order, because this is going to be your best year yet.
Hey, awesome, Anna. Thank you, by the way. Also, big shout out to everybody that's in the crowd. Demetrius said, Anna, your hair looks beautiful. Big shout out to my cousin. Kimber Garcia said, great advice, Anna. And on those receipts, tell the truth. So big shout out to those who responded to what Anna was saying in the comment section. Man, we're very excited I'm very excited to have the team back with me tonight here on the first year of Walking This Way Impact Wars podcast. I also got Shay in the building as well. She wants to show off her guns and her muscles and everything. Don't hurt nobody.
Let's see them.
But she unmuted. So you got to unmute yourself. But we decided to have her as well. We worked out this morning with her sister this morning as well. Very excited about that. We got it in for the very first day. Shay, so go Shay, go and introduce yourself now. After Shay introduce herself to Coin, the man with the sunglasses, I want him to introduce himself, and then we're gonna kick it off with Amanda Bell. And tonight's show is called Ring the Bell. So if you're in the comment section, put hashtag Ring the Bell. Let us know that you're with us. And matter of fact, get those stars though. Hit the stars. We are accepting stars. We are monetized here on Facebook. So you hit stars, we get money for the podcast. So hit them stars. Get the lights up, get the thumbs up, all that other good stuff. So, Shay, go ahead and introduce yourself. I know you want to show off for the whole year of 2023. Go ahead.
Yes, 2023 is going crazy, y'all. It's Coach Shay here. I am your transformational health coach here in Dallas, Texas, of course, and I'm also here with your celebrity T usually. But today we're going to do a little different. We're just going to kind of do like world news. We're going to talk about Elon Musk and some of his decision making and his work ethic. We're going to talk about that today. Me, if you want to get in contact with me, if you're looking forward to really pursuing and being committed to your next level self, when it comes to your nutrition, when it comes to your fitness, when it comes to your mindset, you definitely want to connect with me. It's early in the year. It's the first week. Let's go ahead and get it started. I am offering hybrid classes. So right now I'm doing in person and I'm doing virtual. I'm pulling up on you all 2023. So if you need me, and if you need to fly me out, I'm willing to get flew out 3 days, $1,000. just let me know. I will be there with you. Let me know how I can help you. You can just set up a free call with me and let me know how I can be of service to you. You can follow me at I am Coach Shay on all social media platforms.
Man, that's what's up right there. That's awesome. Right there. Also, we got D. Welcome. Thank you, man, for hanging out with us here on the night. I know you do the show with me on Wednesday night, but I wanted to reach out to you, say, hey, come hang out with us tonight on the very first episode of 2023. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my brother. You've been very supportive of the show. You've been sharing it, and people really been loving you, what you've been doing. And just go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, good evening, everybody. This is Daquan of Interest Communications, with a business meets the people. I just want to say I'm super excited. This is the first time, I'm actually a part of a team like this, actually on a podcast. And I'm excited because it feels like home. And, thanks to everybody on the team that's making it feel that way. I thank the brother Furman for allowing me to, add a segment to the show for Wednesday. This is going to be real big. It's going to be, just a small little thing. I'm going to give, a shout out to some businesses that are making real impactful changes that I see happening. There's only going to be one business per Wednesday. And I'm not mentioning nothing in advance. So if you want to know what that business is, it could be your business. You have to actually tune in on Wednesdays to find out what that business is. But yeah, we're just going to show some more love to the community and just pretty much let people know why we walk in his ways.
And that's what's up right there. And like I said, we thank you to Quan, Shay, Anna as well. I know. And also, Shay, you forgot one thing. You have a show that you do on Thursdays, correct? You did not say anything about it. I told you say something about it.
He did, y'all. He did. I'll be forgetting to plug in everything. So, y'all, I'm starting my own little talk show, the Dynamic Wellness Radio Show. So it will be on Thursdays, probably for the whole little weekend. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you'll be able to ask me fitness tips. You'll be able to call in like on the real radio stations and call in and ask me questions based on the topic or based on anything you want to ask me to do with wellness, mindset. We would do meditation. We would do mindfulness. So really just want to mix it up. Really just want to get our voices out there. I'm thinking by February. By February, I will start taking, like the Quan said, those business people that we choose, and they'll come over to my radio station and they can be able to talk about what they do as well and how they can help other people, because it's a whole different audience over there. So I'll be broadcasting live on AMP. That's AMP. You can find me on the Dynamic Wellness Radio.
Awesome stuff. And like I said, a lot of great stuff going on outside the podcast as well. Big shout out to Anna, Shay, the Corn as well. They're doing great things outside Walking This Way. We're very proud of them. I'm very stoked for them. And of course, I'm continue sharing them on as they branch off and doing a lot of great things as well. But like I said, I'm very excited for them being here, taking time out their productive schedule, hang out with us tonight. And we have Amanda Bell. She has very great energy. She's a trailblazer. She's an award-winning here in the state of Texas. She has a lot of great accolades. She's very, very energetic, like Shay and Anna, of course. And like I said, we thank her for taking time out of her productive schedule, even though we scheduled this last year and it came today, which is today. So Amanda, thank you for taking time out of your productive schedule to hang out with us here on the podcast. And we thank everybody for putting hashtag ring the bell. Big shout out to Latoya Smith. She said, congratulations, Shane, on your show. Big shout out to Anna. Everybody love Anna, what she was saying in the comment section. But y'all doing great things. So we want our featured guest to introduce herself. And just go ahead and take it away and welcome once again to Walking His Ways Impact Wars Podcast.
I'm so excited to be here, Furman. I just can't thank you guys enough for having me on. I think one of my most favorite pieces was as soon as I stepped on with all of you and heard a few of you speak, I instantly knew everybody inside of this space had his energy, and I was totally down for all of that. So I'm super excited to hear what all of you guys have moving. I think that's so much fun. I think it gives us a reason to put our feet on the ground in the morning and be excited about that. So I love hearing all of your stories and the gratitude that you have for your journeys. I think that's great. And Furman, you especially, my friend, thanks for keeping up with me over the last month or two and having me on. A little bit about me, you guys. I am born and raised in Texas, DFW, Texas, to be spot on. So right here in Fort Worth is my hometown. It's where I've been raised. I have a twin sister who was also raised here with our single mom. Big, happy, fun family, no doubt. So growing up with a twin, I grew up a little bit competitive, not only inside sports, that was popular in my era, but inside of academics and relationships and all the things. When you have somebody that is born at the same time as you, man, they would just want to know who's who and what and everything in life. And so that built a friendly competition between my sister and I, which I truly believe is what has pushed me to be where I'm at today. I've got a real strong, friendly competition inside of me. And my goal is to take as many people with me along the journey. So anybody that wants to go, that's kind of my give back. I appreciate all the people that have helped me in my journey. A little bit about where I'm at today. Got inside real estate, which I swore that I was not going to do in high school because my mom sold real estate my entire life. So she owns a team in Arizona and crushes it over there. But Amber and I, my twin and I, decided to get licensed together in Texas in 2016. And from there, I just kind of took it and ran with it. So I was 26 years old and I had 3 boys sitting at home and a husband, right? So I just knew the bills weren't going to stop. I also knew that they were about to get a little bit more expensive with the boys if I wanted to be able to provide for them the way that I wanted to. I wanted to be able to, I knew that I'd die for them. And I say this all the time, but I didn't know 100% if I'd be able to live for them. And that is truly what I'm doing now. Along the way, I enjoy being able to do that with people around me. I'm a pack runner. I'm that teammate, that team member. And I enjoy doing it with people that enjoy doing it. So since then, the real estate team, which is actually where I'm at, that's the office that I'm in currently in Fort Worth, has been, and it always sounds a certain way, but we're grateful for it. But we were recognized in January of 2022 for being number 1 in Fort Worth, 3rd in the state of Texas, and top 2% of our nation with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, which is owned by Warren Buffett, you guys, which is a big part of why we're with this company. So when I think it was Anna, when Anna was talking about her finance background and all of the great personal budgets and things to keep people on track, I found a love for that. I too found that if I was going to do anything in life, I was going to have to know my numbers. And so with that, I went ahead and got licensed this last year, certified this last year. It's actually sitting up there from Harvard Business. You know, I applied at Harvard just on a whim, just saying, man, if you get accepted, cool. If not, like, how cool would that be if you got accepted, sister? And then the other side of me was like, and if not, you don't have to spend thousands. That's cool too. That's cool too. So sure enough, I got the letter of acceptance. I was so excited. I almost couldn't even tell anybody because, like, I didn't know 100% how that would play out. Would you actually pass, girl? Would you though? You know, all those thoughts start to come to fruition a little bit. And then you're like, we call it thought audits at CEOAF, but you're cutting those pieces off quick and redirecting the thought. You're going somewhere else. So I pictured myself holding the certificate and all the things. The crazy part with Harvard Business, you guys, they do not tell you if you passed your course until you get that certificate in the mail. You just completed it. That's it. And they have such strict guidelines down to being highly involved in the community, which I do love. So like in their community pages, if you're not in there engaging and showing engaging with the post and making the post, you will not get your certificate. And so I was typing away every night. And it's timed. And you guys know how it is, man, with families and business and just wanting to simply live your life. Having a timestamp on it, I do believe in. I call it deadline and we call it double D's is the truth, but it's deadlines and delegations. You got to have both of them or you're likely not going to complete it. It's not going to get done. So deadlines and delegations is big. The double D's are big. If it's not in there, you don't have it. So I was grateful for that piece. But along that journey, I also met my best friend, Kimba Garcia. She's also a business owner in DFW. She's grown an 8-figure roofing company, which is incredible. Most roofers can't hit $1 million, is the truth. So to grow a $16 million producing company, that's just brilliant. But so her and I kind of started the same year, my real estate company and her roofing company. So we followed each other on social media. We kept connecting. We tried the networking groups, all the things. And we kept watching each other just kind of take pieces up. It was fun. It was almost like we knew we were both there, right? So when we actually came together, it turns out it feels like I've known her my entire life. She's been a sister from another world, I'm positive. And so her and I grew a very close bond to the point where we started to give back to other real estate agents, other roofing companies, other business owners and friends of ours, and realized that it was consuming so much of our time, but you also sometimes have to filter through the ones that want it and the ones that say they want it. And so that's where CEOAF came to fruition, was being able to give back to these guys that truly want it, And so we've built out a ton of programs. We track every move we make, down to the science of it, down to the data of it, Anna, which is super cool. I believe in making database decisions, but down to that. And then how to live at a higher level. So we talk life, business, spirituality at CEOAF. We have a family over there, and we just really love all the pieces. It's become very enjoyable for both of us. So that's a little bit about me, you guys, and who I am today, but enjoying this journey and super excited to be here with you all.
And like I said, keep up the great work that you're doing. Very excited. And that's the beautiful thing about it. You're doing something that you love to do. And I know, just read about the information you gave me. And the most beautiful thing is when you have a supporting spouse, your husband, very supportive of you, gave you the green light. And I believe that when you on that journey of business, on entrepreneurship, anybody just can't roll with you.
Yeah.
It has to take that very unique individual to say, you know what, we're going to do this thing. And that's what I love about it. So how is that journey with you and your husband, the children, setting up for generations? I know the Bible said a good man leave hands for children, but I know y'all leaving their hands for your children, also for their children as well. Yeah. So how has that journey been? And what advice can you give to someone who in a position where they feel like their spouse is not supporting them? But what advice would you give them? Because I believe when you on the same call with the same person, you can't stop that.
Yeah, I do agree. So I love that you brought this up, Freeman. I've actually found myself coaching on it with one of our Warrior students this morning or this afternoon, right before I jumped on this call. The truth is that I believe that we all, this is your world and everybody else is living in it. Okay. And once you understand that, you understand that nobody else gets to make you feel a certain way, only you can. And so if you know that you're doing what feels good to you and you're not purposely hurting somebody, intentionally, physically hurting somebody, man, green light all day long, you keep doing it. I do believe in painting the picture. So what that means inside of business for all of us is that my neighbor was checking on me inside my office suite. He's like, "You good, sister?" Mm-hmm. I'm like, "Yeah, have a good evening, Dan." But with that, I believe that we paint the picture with our spouses, with our friends, with our children, all the way. And if you're already in that relationship, it sometimes is a little bit more difficult to backtrack because sometimes there are expectations that get built around familiar routines, and it's at a subconscious level. So the truth is a lot of people don't even understand that they're wired that way. But what you give more thought to, we believe what fires together, wires together. So like the more times you're sending that thought out and out and out, the more times you're embedding the wiring in your mind to naturally go that direction. And so it's hard over time to break that down. So if you're already in a relationship and maybe one person feels one way and the other person feels the other way, they're not seeing it through the same eyes by any means. They're not supposed to, is the first thing. You're not supposed to see it the same way somebody else sees it. God gave you your own eyes, sweetheart. See it your way, and don't expect anything from somebody else's way. Now, you can respect it, but it's not up to you to set the guidelines on what respect looks like, okay? It's up to you to live your life in a way that feels good and is not physically hurting somebody. And once you start doing all of those, you'll find that you're an open vessel, and all of the things just are able to flow into you, and all of the things. I believe that we all are the great I am, and we all have a piece of him in us, which is really, really cool. So everything we need to get through in life, you guys, is here. Like, it's already been provided.
That's right.
Why bring the mixture of the other things in our mind? Why wire those together? Why fire and wire? Why do that? Then the quickest way to get rid of it, one with a relationship, is going to be to start painting the picture very clear, very vivid, very vivid. My husband knows that I'm going to be doing what I enjoy when I enjoy it, and I'm going to be loving you along the way. I enjoy both of those. And so it's super great because you don't have to worry about me, but no making me feel a certain way. No making me do that. Because at some point, if you've got to cut a string, know that I'll always choose me. I was brought here to do that. I was brought here to always choose me. And he respects that, and I respect that. So at that point, we both have a ton of fun. My friends are the same way. The business partners and the relationships inside of CEOAF, we literally have built this into our Warrior One program, which is a 3-tiered program: Warrior 1, 2, and 3, all yoga puns intended, because we're going to find your balance. But in Warrior 1, we believe that your business will never outgrow you. And so we do focus a lot on the mental state, on the health of you physically and mentally. And that's probably where Shay steps in. She's like, I got the physical health. So many people just don't know that, like, by going to the gym, it's not because you need to look good. It's not because that's the cherry on top, you guys. Like, going to the gym on a regular basis and putting the healthy foods in your body, the fruits, the vegetables, the things that are most raw and organic to our universe, like, that, the body you get with that is the cherry on top. It's the mindset. It's the piece in your head that shifts because it's so healthy. It's not fogged. And that's really cool. So that's what we focus on Warrior One, while bringing natural warm leads to your business so that you can jump into Warrior Two, which is team building and training and being able to offer more positions inside of our Metroplex or wherever everybody's at. The really cool thing with the CEOAF program is we've got clients all across the world. So we've got clients in New York, Florida, Mississippi, Michigan, several in Texas. This is where Kimba Garcia and I, my business partner, and I are both located in DFW, Texas. So we've got quite a few here, but it's been a whole lot of fun doing that with people and watching them find their flow and the way that they bounce through life. I've just been enjoying the heck out of that. So.
Man, that's a blessing. And just to doing what you love, enjoying your life, you and your husband enjoying life. And that's what we believe in, because Christ said he came that we might have life and have life more abundantly. And that's what we want to focus on, having that abundant life, having that life full of peace, joy, happiness, having that life where you have a successful marriage, have a successful family. And I do believe that you mentioned something, Amanda. You said we create our world. I do believe in that. We create our world and we design what we want to be. Because first of all, God created the heavens and the earth. Of course, you know that. Yes. We are creators. You know, we create our world. We create our universe. And that's what we have to focus on gearing towards to. And big shout out to Kimba as well. She's in the comment section. She said she loved Anna's energy earlier as well. So that's what it's all about. And just this journey, this road that you're on, how has it been? Just doors opening up for you, opportunities coming for you, and how you touch everything and it prosper. Because people need to hear that. People needs to have that fire lit under them. Like, you know what? Amanda's doing it. I know I could do it as well. Because I know a lot of times it be the mindset where we had this mental block. We put this limitation up. It's impossible. It's hard. I can't do it. I never get ahead. And we come with those negative thoughts. But what advice can you give to someone who's having that mental blockage right now? The
truth is it starts with your thoughts, you guys. And again, this goes back to my business partner, Kimba Kimba Garcia, she's an NLP practitioner. She did it originally to be able to heal herself. She knew her business would never outgrow her. And so she went and got fully licensed once she was able to find a new mental state. I'm talking from depression, you guys, all the way. I mean, it was a scary story, but all the way to where she's at today. Night and day difference in the person, if you will, that's walking this earth. Night and day difference. But it's all in one body. That's the crazy part. That's also the secret, you guys, is that there's not one thing that can stop you from you. Okay. So, and that can go both ways. So, with that being said, I think the biggest piece is going to start with our thoughts. We call them thought audits. As soon as you find yourself spiraling in one direction, your goal is to literally cut it, like picture scissors, cutting that thought and it's floating away. It doesn't deserve any more of your time. It doesn't deserve any more of your time, of your energy, of your efforts. In fact, if you don't know, was that a good thought or a bad thought? Should I stop this one or not? If it doesn't serve a purpose for your higher future self, you cut it. If it doesn't serve a purpose for your higher future self, you cut it. It doesn't deserve your energy or your time. It just doesn't. And that's where you start that rewiring process. So unfortunately, as humans, we have these chemicals that get released in our brain when we see sun, or we go on walks in nature, or when we have positive thoughts, we naturally release serotonin in our body. It's an energetic. It's where people say, oh, it's because you're young, sister. I'm not young anymore. My knees hurt. But let me tell you what, I am full of all of the things that I need to be full of, and it's love and light. So I've got energy for this. Let's go. And it's where your energy becomes limitless. But once you can start providing yourself your own doses of serotonin on a daily, regular basis, that's where I believe life becomes a lot of fun. Otherwise, you're stuck in a cortisol state, which is where you've released the chemical that makes you sad and sleepy. And it's the cause of depression and anxiety and all of the things that don't feel good inside. And unfortunately, that state is very addictive. In fact, it is a strong addiction that a lot of Americans carry on a daily basis, unfortunately. And so once some people just can't even sit in a room today with high energy people that are talking about all of the positive things without latching on to a negative. And unfortunately, if we can't get that to shift, we call it being the thermostat in the room and not the thermometer. Like if you can't set that temperature in that room, that's not your room. Go somewhere else. So they will see themselves out. They just can't even set the thermostat in my room. It's always going to be very comfortable for everybody that enters, and there's not anything else welcome there in that space. And that's where hopefully at some point they're able to find the lighter, brighter side of things. But until then, you gotta start your thought audits. And people know when they are that person. So like if that stung just a little bit, being a C player isn't a whole lot of fun, right? That's where the cool thing is that you're the operator. You get to change that. That is the coolest thing to me. Like you don't have to be the person that somebody said you were, that you thought you were. And we have 28 personality types in one lifetime, you guys. 28. That means I could go be a cowgirl in 2 weeks. Like I could be jumping on a bull riding for 8 seconds. Who knows? And it's only mine to know. It's not anybody else's. So what does it matter? Right. So that's a really cool piece, but definitely be releasing the serotonin, you guys, not the cortisol. Focus. Thought on it.
And that's what's up right there. And it made me think about the scripture when the Bible said in the book of Joel that God restored the years that the cankerworms, pillowworms took it from us. God restored years. And that's what we have to focus on, that the Most High restored years. If you feel like he restored years. So things that we miss out on, things that was taken from us, he restores that, where we had that born again experience, that we can rejoice life all over again on a spiritual side of things. And that's what I got out of it, Amanda, when you were speaking. Go ahead, Shay. I know you were saying something.
That was some really good advice. I say that a lot of the time too, like especially with the mindset piece. I talk about that a lot, how we control our tempo. Like it's so great that we get to create whatever we want. Like, we literally can wake up tomorrow and be another person. Like, literally, we can be somebody else tomorrow if we want to be. And it's place, right? Like, it's literally our decision. Like, if we want to do that, like, we really have this unbelievable, undeniable thing that we can do. Like, we can do it, and we don't. It's no filter on it. Like, I love it. Like, I love that we get to create our own. And when people remind me about that, I'm like, I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm like, some of these conversations just be to shake me back.
Because it was jumping back on our magic carpet, sister. That means you've been there before. You've been at that higher vibration, that higher frequency before. Something knocked you off. I need you back on that magic carpet every single morning. That's where your meditation comes into play. You know that.
I need my carpet back.
You got it. It's here.
That's exactly it. Like, so my question was going to be, because my niece, she wants to be a real estate agent. She's just 19. And so she wants to go into real estate. It's been something that she wants to do since she was about 15 or 16 years old. So what would you tell a young lady that is interested in getting into the real estate, business? What would they do? What would be the first thing that she would need to do?
First thing would be to find a local school and either sign up for the online courses or the in-person courses, whatever you're going to do best at. But add your double D's. Delegate it. When are you going to do it? What days? All the things. And deadline it. When are you going to have it done by? So first thing is to get signed up, start the courses, go take the exams, both the state and the national, and then call Amanda Bell and I'll help her with the rest.
That's simple.
I would definitely tell her that.
It's that simple. And it just the green light. Just giving people the green light, especially our young people. Get them the green light. When we was growing up, our parents would say, we love our parents. Our parents only accept the mentality from my grandparents and trickle on down to some. But to break that cycle. Yeah. And, growing up at church, we had these wild imaginations of being this and being that. And through the years, somebody came in and said, you can't do that. It's not real and all this other stuff. And we allow that negative influence come on the inside of it when we stop dreaming, stop having imagination. God gave us imaginations. He gave us that for a reason, to utilize those imaginations. But getting that back, and you said something about the carpet, but how can we tell those who listen, how can they get their imagination back? How can they get back to the life they want to live? Because we're not designed to live a suck life. We're not designed to live a defeated life. We're designed to live a victorious life. Now, the Bible said that we're the head and not the tail. We're above and be never beneath. We blessed going in, blessed going out. That we'll lend to many nations and don't have to borrow anything. We'll never be broke. But getting to the way what God wants us to be.
I do love that.
That's how it's supposed to, and we forget that because we go right back to that reality of listening to negative people, watching negative things. We look at our generation. My parents didn't do this, they didn't do that. I'm going to end up being like that. Just might break the cycle.
Yeah. So my biggest advice to be able to get back on your magic carpet, you guys, because chances are you've all been there at some point. You just have to have something like Shay said. You sparked something in me. Actually, it sounded familiar, and now I think I'm there. She feels it. She's there. I can tell you she's already there. I can see it in her. And so with that, you guys, when you're not there, because when you're not there, you don't know. It's almost like you're out in this big, black, deep sea, this ocean, and you can't see land. It's nowhere around you. You're just in the show. And once you're there and you need that magic carpet to come scoop you up, the biggest way to get back in it is to reel those thoughts back in one at a time. And if it doesn't serve you, cut it. But also what I've enjoyed a lot more is you get quicker at reeling those thoughts in and shifting the energy. Because what happens, you guys, is when you have a thought, you then produce an emotion. You feel a certain way from whatever your mind just made up, whatever your mind or whatever it just recycled, right? It's marinating and stuff if you're thinking about the past. And so when you do that, you create an emotion. Well, if you're not creating the emotions that feel good and you're creating the other ones, that's where the cortisol starts going. That's addictive. It's like taking a puff of a cigarette. You're about to buy the whole ass pack, put them down. So that's starting to fire together. So then what's going to happen is that emotion is producing an energy. Literally, you guys, it's been science. We've tracked it. Mankind has tracked the energy frequencies that vibrate out of our bodies. Everything in this world is energy. And so now that we're producing this energy from a thought is where it started. That's how powerful we are, right? From a thought, that energy is about to produce an activity inside of you. Are you staying in bed or are you putting your feet on the ground? Which one are you doing? And so now that activity, that physical result is there. That activity produces a result, and that's it. So the way that you become the cause of the effect, if you will, is you direct it. You have to start with your thoughts. So start there. That magic carpet will show back up. But Shay said something earlier about creating being so much fun. And I absolutely agree. The really cool part is when you start creating, you start co-creating with others around you. And that's where you find your magic carpet sooner, every time, because your people around you, they're over here flowing just like you are. So you better believe if you fall off, your people are scooping you back up saying, get up here, sister. You just fell off. How do you feel now? Get back up here. Because we're human. We're supposed to fall off. If you guys think that Amanda Bell has a good day every single day, I mean, I do have a good day every day, but I've got it down to moments is the truth. But if you think that I'm sitting in a moment for an hour or so, you better believe not my people that I co-create with know that I don't have an hour to spend on that kind of moment. It's not doing anything for the future. And they're quick to remind me of it. And I love that. So co-creating, Shay, it's like it moves you and it inspires you. So when you see your girlfriend, when I see Kimba applying for these different certs and things, I'm like, oh, sister, hold up. Let me go this way and we'll share what we learn. So she went NLP way. I went Harvard Finance, leading with finance, and boom, that's where we ran into each other. And we were like, all right, now what's next? And so now she's going one way and I've got another course that I'm taking, and we're just going to keep stacking to it. We know that that's the future and that's what we enjoy doing.
Man, that's
I love that.
Yes.
This is a prime example of why you have to be around builders. Now,
Right.
everybody can't be a builder. That's not everybody's assignment. Some people are workers, and that's fine as well. But you definitely have to position yourself around people that's building, especially if you're on the entrepreneurial journey. Like, you got to surround yourself with builders. Like, the level, like, to hear that, I'm thinking in my mind, like, I need more friends.
Right.
Like,
So we do enjoy giving back to
carpet and be like, say, you need to ride on my carpet because you've been down there for a little too long, and now I need, I need that. Sometimes we do need to be reminded. You need that reminder, like, hey, you've been down there too long, girl. You're gonna have to come on with it. That's okay. If you got people that's in your corner that's like that, you need those people. A lot of people run away from those people. Not me.
now.
Them type of people I need those people that remind me, that hold me accountable. So 2023, if you don't want to be held accountable, don't be around me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
Yeah.
If you don't want me holding accountable, I can't. Not doing it.
And the cool part is like, we enjoy co-creating with other builders all day long. But what we found was, like, builders are really great leaders. And so our mission, the piece that we are just so connected to right now, you guys, is being able to get all of our builders, all of our co-creating partners on this earth with us, being able to get them to give back to the others that don't have any interest in being a builder. And I love that for them. But how can they still learn about this and still learn to live the life by design that they want? Right? It doesn't mean a business. It doesn't mean any of that, but how can they still live a life by design where they wake up inspired every morning? So we've actually just opened up CEO AF, a virtual retreat called CEO of Me. That's starting in February 1st. It's a 28-day virtual retreat where we are taking the non-business owners and raising their level of frequency and vibration in the world so we can give back to the world, because we believe it's time that everybody starts just thinking at a little bit higher level for themselves. And they have to be cool to know that everybody's is different. So not one looks like another. And that's been the most fun piece for me, is seeing, like, unique personality in Shay, unique personality in Dee, Anna, Furman. Like, once I heard all four of you speak, I was like, oh, their souls are so beautiful. That's the fun piece, because you guys have tapped into your God source energy and you're shining it. And I'm like, these are my people.
Awesome. And we love it. And
I think everything you've said is great. And I hate that I can't stay on longer because I'm really enjoying this conversation. Like I'm literally taking notes. And so I feel that the highest respect you can pay someone is to actually listen to them and hear them. So I always like to share my takeaways to make sure you know that I was in tune with what you were saying. It was so many things that you said that resonated with me. Some of my top takeaways. I loved it when you said delegation and deadlines, the double Ds. Absolutely love that. Depression is an addiction. Man, that stuck out to me. And one of the things you said, Amanda, if it doesn't serve you, cut it, right? So Amanda said that you have to detach yourself from things that restrict and limit you so that you can freely grow. I was loving it all. I love the whole idea of CEO AF. Community is so important when you're talking about building, co-creating, accountability, challenging your peers to work to their full potential. I can just see how this network of business owners, of entrepreneurs and future business owners and entrepreneurs, how you're helping them take it to the next level. When you talked about the 3 levels, warrior 1, 2, and 3, I said, Lord, what warrior am I? And I heard you say warrior 1. And I thought about, have y'all heard of the law of the lid? John Maxwell?
Nope, I'm writing it down.
All right, so y'all check out John Maxwell. This relates to what she said with warrior 1, because in business, in life, in relationships, you're only going to be as good. Your business is only going to grow as far as you grow. It's only going to expand as far as you expand. So when you think of a lid, that's a limit. So if your lid number, if you're a 3, you're going to attract people that are below you, 2s and 1s. So if you want to grow your business, you want to scale your business, you want to grow your mind, you have to increase your lid. You got to take the lid off. So you got to go from a 3 to a 7 so that you can attract higher people, right? And so I was like, okay, Warrior 1 is helping people tap into and increase their lid number, making them take it up another notch, helping them improve. I want to say, Amanda, thank you and Kim for what y'all are doing with. You're a real estate owner, you're a mom, you're a wife, and now y'all have CEO AF. And y'all, she's going to tell you, I want you to tell everyone how they can reach you, get in contact with you, what's your socials, what's your website, because I went on there to check it out. Okay, not only does she have different levels, they have financing. There's no excuse for you not to get the guidance and leadership you need. We all need some accountability, mentorship, community. Man, I love it. I love it. And I just go ahead, tell everybody how we can plug in, how we can support you, and how we can stay connected to you.
Thanks, Anna. Thanks for all the kind words. I'm like, I just love you. I feel like I know you, and I know we don't, but I do feel like I do. Maybe another world. So you guys can actually find me on any of the social media platforms. You can search Amanda Bell, ring the bell, and she'll pull up. You can also email me, you guys. So feel free to email me at amanda@amandabellrealty.com. Bell, BELL, Realty, REALTY.com.
Man,
that's awesome. I'm thinking back to what Anna said, like, people, like, we literally, especially in our community, in the Black community, we shy away from a lot of mentorship, a lot of guidance, counseling, life coaching, whatever it may be to elevate our mindset. But y'all, we really have to invest. You have to invest in yourself. I literally have not seen one successful person that does not have a mentor. I have not yet to meet one that doesn't have a mentor, a mindset coach, a business coach. They might even have more than one type of mentor, because you need that on the way where you're going. If you plan to stay at that level, at the low playing level, that's fine. But if you are looking for elevation, you got to get some mentorship. You have to invest in yourself. You really do. That's the only way you're going to meet to get to your next level. Like she said, Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett coaches a lot, or have coached a lot of the people that we watch. Just practicals. Just basically we look at these people, regular people. Warren Buffett doesn't talk to them. Tony Robbins. This is a lot of people that I look up to. I like Warren Buffett. I love him. He's gonna talk his smack, and you gonna listen, because that's how he gets to people. A lot of people are like, he is just too cutthroat. But I love that type of energy. Sometimes you don't need the coddling. Yeah. You don't need that. You don't need that. It's okay. You have a self-care day. You get another day. No, sometimes you need to stop all that. You need to get back to work.
Yep.
That's it.
Like that reminder, you got to get back to work. So when you're ready to play at your higher level, you had to be ready to invest in some mentorship, y'all. Invest in.
And that's it. You got to. And big shout out to Kimber in the comment section. She said, I invested over 6 figures in mentorship, plus classes and seminars. That's an investment, not an expense, if you're in the right hands. So big shout out to Kimber for that as well. And of course, we about to get to go into our next segment.
That is so true.
That's it. So we about to get to go into our next segment. Y'all see the guy behind me. That's what we're going to be discussing tonight. Elon Musk. I just pulled up his net worth right now. It's 146.5 billion. And he got that by putting in work. And we're going to be discussing his hardcore work ethic that he, not just for him, but he inspired his employees from Tesla all the way to Twitter. And we're going to be talking about how can we start applying what he said in our own lives. You don't have to be Elon to be at a top playing level. You could be Shay, you could be Amanda, you could be Daquan, playing Anna, you could be playing at a high level. So we're going to be discussing Elon and what he said. It's an article that he did. This came out in November 21st, 22. It was last year. I said Elon Musk has been preaching the value of hardcore work to employees over a decade. Early Tesla email shows. And then we're going to elaborate on it. So it's some keynotes I'm going to put out, and I want y'all to elaborate. He said Elon Musk is following the Tesla playbook at Twitter. Last week, the billionaire gave Twitter employees an ultimatum: commit to working extremely hardcore or resign. And that's the email he sent to the employees at Twitter. He gave them an ultimatum: commit to working extremely hard or resign. We're going to talk about that part. So, Amanda, what do you get out of that when he put that email out to those that's working at Twitter?
So I did enjoy seeing that they were offered a severance package if they resign. So it wasn't kind of like leave now and leave with nothing after working so hard for my company. But the truth is I think that everybody got to make their own right choice in that moment. And if you were willing to put in a little bit of extra work, you were likely going to be compensated for that. And you knew that was going to be the reward on the other side. If you weren't up for the extra work, you got to leave with funds and then go find something that your heart maybe desires a little bit more. So I think that it was a fair move. I do love the way that he did it, is the truth. We call it a love sandwich at CEOAF. It's where your business right in the middle, your meat is right in the middle, but you are trying to add as much fluff to a hard situation as you possibly can. But you're still protecting people along the way. And that's a love sandwich. And I think that Elon Musk, when I saw that, I literally screenshotted it and sent it to my business partner and said, Elon Musk even loves sandwiches with his employees. And I just respected that. So.
Yeah, that's up. Shay, go ahead. It's showing on your face. Shay, what you want to say?
Because sometimes you as being a business owner, you have to do what's best for your business. It's like, no offense to anyone, but it's like, if y'all don't put in this little extra amount of work, then that I need y'all to do, then I can't, the business can't be as productive. Like, we don't know how Elon is looking at this. Elon might be looking at Twitter the way he looks like at Tesla. He's probably looking at it like, okay, I built this like this. Let me kind of use this similar strategy to build Twitter up to being the most better than Facebook or more, you know, whatever his idea is when he brought Twitter. Definitely he had to take it like, I gotta make, for one, he wants to see a return on his investment. That's number one. So whatever he had to do to see that return on his investment, he's like, okay, firstly, I gotta weed and see who really want it and who really don't. And that's, he put people to the test to see how bad do you want it? What do you want to do? Are you going to work 12 hours, 7 days a week to get where you want to go? Because this man has an unbelievable, relentless work ethic, y'all. Like, the hours that Elon puts in is crazy. I don't know nobody that outwork him, really. But look at he's like the richest person in the world. So think, to be the richest person in the world, you got to outwork him. You got to be willing to work 100+ hours a week, 200+ hours a week. That might require, some days you might not get no sleep. Some days you might not get to say nothing to nobody, you know? So he's like, if you want, how bad do you want it?
Yeah, and you better learn to enjoy it.
Yeah.
You're going to be putting in 100 hours a week. You better start having some fun.
He doesn't have his own house. Like, this how, this is how crazy he is. Like, he is the most, I want to say he's like a psychotic millionaire, y'all. Like, he's freaking psycho. Like, he lives nomadic. He live off the grid. He's like, hey, I can go stay at somebody else's house for a week or two. They got a house big enough, and I can just room there and go where I need to go and attend my business and do all that. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, we need more Elons. We need more people that think like this. Like, if we all, like, think of the massive amount of money we could save if I could just go around living at somebody's house for a second. Like,
yeah. So at CEOAF, one of the core values is keep it weird. And I believe Elon has figured out and mastered keeping it weird. But we do believe that a CEO at some point, you better get real comfortable keeping it weird.
Yeah. He really does. Like, when I found out he didn't have a home, and that's like the main thing, you know, like a person that's wealthy, they like, oh, I gotta have this $1 million house, and I'm gonna spend all this money on the house. And he's like, that ain't even important to him. Like, he's like, that is like not even on a totem pole of importance at all.
So he does own real estate. In fact, he owns real estate in a few countries, and that's just his net worth, right? That's just places to put the money, right? And so, like, that's awesome. But I didn't know that he actually bounced around from house to house. Hearing that is new. I'm like, oh, that is kind of cool, dude.
Just to get, he feels like it doesn't benefit him. He's like, I'm always gone, so wherever I go, I have a friend. I could just room there, and I just keep going. And so
I love that. I'm like, if I find myself in Alabama, I'm calling you, sister.
Yeah, it's like, why not? It's like, come on. Like, it makes sense. Like, if a lot of us, I see a lot of like Hispanic communities, they realize, you know, like living all together, everybody helping each other. Let's get the money. Let's, you know, everybody kind of works together to get things done. Like, if we could do that, we will be so supreme. But us in our community, for some reason, we can't work together. We have this crab in the bucket syndrome. We have a fear of, we done been messed over so many times. So we live in fear. You know, it's just a lot of the things and the stereotypes that kind of keep us in this little pinwheel, little rat on this hamster wheel. And for me, I've noticed since I did get into the entrepreneurial space in 2019, I really don't suffer from that. And since I'm on the outside kind of looking in, it be bothering me because, like, I've said this before on the podcast, like, it's a lot of people that I want to work with and that I would really want to work with. And then sometimes I'll see something that they post and I'm like, oh, never mind. So, y'all, business owners, we have to be mindful. Like, people always watching.
Yeah.
Like, always watching.
Yeah,
so,
Yeah, because I want to get back into the beginning of it and how he set it up where to weeded out people. That's what we want to focus on. When you set these things up, you weed out people. That's what he did before he went further into it. Either you gonna work or resign. He weeded out people. A lot. What we have to do, we have to weed out the people. You're gonna have some who's gonna put in the work. You're gonna have some who don't put in the work. So you got to do, you got to divide and say, you know what, we need to go our separate ways. And that's what he noticed that, hey, like you said earlier, Shay, he made an investment. He wants to see the return on investment. You can't have slackers hanging around. You can't have leeches hanging around. Either you're gonna put in the work, you don't put in the work, and that's what we want to, what we can apply in our own lives. And then when he said that, he said this will mean working long hours at high intensity, must wrote to employees in a late night email on expectations. Performance will constitute a passing grade. Only expectational performances. He didn't say anything else. Only expectation. This is his man mindset. Which I want to say about that. How he only had it only expectations. So,
you can go ahead, Dee, or Shay, were you about to say something?
No, go ahead.
So I do believe that the only expectations is him painting his picture. That's kind of what we were talking about earlier. So he's about to tell all of his employees in one fell swooped exactly what his vision of the company looks like. And it's with these expectations. So either you fit those or you don't. Just know if you don't, you have 24 hours if he set a deadline on that one. If not, he's saying this is who we are. And if you don't feel that, you'll know. Go ahead and see yourself out. It's time to weed. But pull the weeds. But the truth is I'm like, that could go a million different ways is the truth. So
I just love it. I just love how his mindset is. And that really sparked something inside me, Amanda. When I looked at this yesterday, it was like, wow, this is something we need to apply to our own lives. To weed out. You know, 'cause a lot of times we take people with us that don't need to go with us.
Yeah.
We want to take family, we want to take friends with us, and they're not meant to go with us. They're not really built like that. I mean, you can't choose your family, but you can choose your friends.
Yeah.
And so glad I could choose my friends. I'm so thankful for that. Because oh my. But Elon, and just like you said, like the vision, right? Like his vision of what he sees for the company. Like these people have to see that same thing in order for his motion to stay prominent, for him to stay in the know where he needs to be. These people got to see his vision too. So that's definitely, harsh truth and reality. Like sometimes you got to do that. It's not personal. It's just business. Mm-hmm. And you have to do it unapologetically. I think the unapologetically part is what it be hard for me. I care about people's feelings way too much. I am like one of those people. I have a soft heart. I really be concerned if what I'm going to say is going to offend somebody. And half the time I'm not coming from an ill place, even though it may sometimes might project as it sounds terrible. But I'm not meaning it from a
I'm like, we all hear you, sister. Business is hard. It'd be like that.
I'm from a place of love though, but it's definitely like sometimes it's hard. Like you want to do these things, you want to cut these ties, and we gotta be apologetic about it. We just gotta do it.
You gotta think about when you become a billionaire, you don't have a lot of friends when you become a billionaire because some people won't let you get to that status. Think about it. This man is worth $146.5 billion.
$1 billion.
And he got there by putting in the work and weeding out certain things and weeding out certain people. And that's how important it is. When you in that arena, it ain't all about friends. It ain't all about buddy. It's all about business. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna ride, you're not gonna ride. It's no hard feelings. But that's what we want to apply in our lives for 2023. Having that mindset. And when you go into it, you're going to have to make some sacrifices. And that's what he was saying, too. In the email, he was saying, over the years, the Tesla CEO has been known to set lofty goals and ask for nothing short of perfection from his workers. Then he said, just last year, Musk told workers to go super hardcore, to finish the quarter strong, and called for numerous employees to volunteer work through Thanksgiving weekend to meet production target for Model 3. Just think about that right there. How he set these goals, and he asked for nothing short of perfection. And I know, Amanda, sometimes we don't think like that. We go by what people say, what they do. And we even talk ourselves out of things too. And I like how he said he's nothing short of perfection from his workers. Because he's put that on himself. So he's telling them, hey, I'm doing this, so I expect you to do it as well. Mm-hmm. So what y'all want to say about that?
I do think that that's the piece where if we all learn to kind of stay in our own lane, but not intentionally hurt somebody or physically hurt somebody else, know that you're fine to proceed. The truth is when you start looking at numbers and finance, part of painting the picture with my realty team and and the CEOAF family is that anybody that steps on the team, know that if we grow, you're growing. I believe in that. Know that if we're struggling, we will have to cut back. And I need some respect from that. And it's made setting people free a little bit easier. They also understand that, like, if things get tough, we can, one, take a pay reduction, or two, you can set yourself free and find a job that can offer you a little bit more at the time. It's not here or here. And they understand that there's no hard feelings with that, but it is what it is. You'll find that when you start painting the picture a little bit better and start treating your employees, I mean, he offered them, I don't know if you guys know this, but Elon has healthcare packages for all of his employees. I'm talking, they get to go to the gym on his dime. They get to eat at the healthier places and have the healthier options when they're on the clock at his dime. They have their own relaxed rooms, whether you like to read a book or do yoga and meditation, Shay, right? So he does take care of his employees, and he shows them that he cares. And I do see that, and I do believe that. And I think that's why he's able to send the email out and ask for the guys, hey man, I could use your help during this next season. Things are a little bit tight, right? The projection for the future is not looking super great, but my goal is to not shut the doors by any means. Who do I have that's willing to fight in this war with me? And who needs to be set free? Because maybe it's not a war for them to fight, and I don't expect them to, right? And I think that's where everybody really gets to make a choice for themselves and know that they moved forward in the best possible place and position that they could, while taking care of what they've created along the way. And he understands he's co-created that. He couldn't have done it without those guys.
That's true. And then he said, please prepare, in the email that please prepare yourself for a level of intensity that is greater than anything most of you ever expected before. The 2012 email read, per Bloomberg, revolutionized industry is not for the faint of heart, but nothing's more rewarding or exciting. And I will personally make sure that those who produce expectation results are rewarded expectationally as fair and right. Must send the following up email per Bloomberg. Tells the workers to please talk to your spouse, children, relatives, and friends, and explain what I said in his email. So he lets you know, hey, you need to talk to your family, friends, children, and explain what is going on. So he does include the family that, hey, you got family, let them know what's going on. Communication.
Yeah. I love that he shared it, is the truth, you guys. I think it's super cool to be able to see a guy at this level in life and how he corresponds and relates to his employees at a high level in a hard time. So like I just can appreciate the heck out of him, including us in the journey. He also started it like November was when that got released. I just think that his timing on it, as far as the finance piece of things goes, was prime. So I can tell he was, just hearing that tells us all that he was watching his numbers before the numbers hit. So he's playing it safe for not only the business, but his employees too, right? Nobody wants to, I definitely don't want to be that owner that had to lock the doors and not tell anybody, right? Lights out, ladies and gentlemen, take care of your family. So I can only have mad respect for him sharing it with every other business owner on Twitter to go viral. Like, thank you, Elon. We're all learning a thing or two.
Man, that's all. And that's what I wanted to talk about. I know we pressed for time, but I just wanted to read that what we can apply to our own lives to that. have expectations for yourself. This is 2023. This already January 3rd. We're already in the 3rd of 2023. Now the ball is in your court, ladies and gentlemen. What you gonna do for the rest of this year? 365 days a year. Either you gonna have expectations for yourself, or you just gonna exist. Bob Proctor said this: either you're gonna be living, or you just existing. So what you gonna do? The ball is in your court. Just read Eli's the article on him. I respect his mindset. I respect where he's coming from. That's something we have to be. We have to really tap into what God has given us. We have not really we haven't really met who we really are yet. Because we constantly evolving, but you're pulling back those layers. That's what I want to share that. But I know, man, we press for time. You have any final thoughts with the listening audience going to be listening in the near future? And by the way, plug in one more time. What can they get in contact with you and better do business with you as well?
Yeah, I'm so thrilled to be here. I thank you all so much for all of your beautiful time and gracious hearts the entire time. So Furman, thank you. I look forward to getting if you don't mind, sending me a copy of the podcast. That way I can share it on our pages as well.
Most definitely, I will be doing that as well, man. And thank you once again, also. And like I said, we about to ready to get off the air tonight. But remember this: remember the graveyard. Everybody had one thing in common. They thought they were gonna see tomorrow, and they didn't. Live life like it's your last. And most important, celebrate yourself. Tell yourself I love you. Tell yourself I got your back. Tell yourself we gonna make it. Tell yourself we gonna succeed. Tell yourself we gonna conquer. Tell yourself I'm smart. Tell yourself I'm wise. Tell yourself I'm handsome. Tell yourself I'm beautiful. Tell yourself you're gorgeous. Start speaking these things of your life. The Bible said death and life in the power of the tongue. You should eat the fruit thereof. Start speaking death over yourself and start speaking life over yourself. And watch change come in your life. And it starts here first. So y'all have a great night. We'll be back here tomorrow night here on Walking This Way Impact Podcast. And let the games begin. Peace, everybody.